What's going on, everyone? This is Freddy from A.W.O.L Studios, and I am back to do round 2 of some lighting tricks and tutorials. And I do apologize, I was sick for what feels like forever, and I was not even able to speak that well. So, we're back, and we're going to pick up on doing some cool lights. If you have not watched the first video, I would actually put the link in the actual description, and that's going to pull you forward to where we are now. So today, what I'm actually going to teach you, guys and girls, how to do today is to make a strobe light. Whether you want to do a police siren, just a spinning light thing, whatever you want to do, we're going to teach you how to do it. Now, if you look at the screen here, you're going to see that I got some lights spinning around, and I just used this triangle pyramid as a reference. Now, you could use whatever you have, whatever light fixture that you have. This will work on a skeletal mesh and a static mesh. So, how do we do this? Well, let's just jump into it. It is very easy to do, but it's just figuring out how to start it. So let me just open up the blueprint editor here, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing here in regards to the actual scripting of this function here. So I got a light here, two spotlights, I'm sorry, and I have a pyramid. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into my pyramid. So really quick, if just making sure that I keep it user friendly. So starter content, which everybody should have, just type in static and the pyramid. So if you double tap the pyramid, it's going to bring you to this screen here. What I did, I'm going to highlight it here, is I created two sockets, okay? So if you come into the right side and you look at the socket manager, I added two sockets. I named it the right light and the left light. And then I positioned them where, where it makes sense, okay? So that's going to be the first thing to do. So whatever your static or skeletal mesh that you're using, get into this function and create two sockets, because this is where we are going to attach those two spotlights, okay? So once you have it here, so what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to delete this whole entire thing and I'm going to make it from scratch, okay? I'm just going to delete that. Once you have your blueprint loaded up, which, by the way, let me not skip that, rewind. Anywhere on the screen, you want to right click, go to blueprint class, and you're going to make an actor, okay? Name it something that you're going to be able to remember. And so right now we have the same thing. I have a blank blueprint, no visual. A quick little trick is if you have the window open, you just drag it right in the center. Now it's in there and it already has the name. So that's really easy to do. So I'm going to full screen this here. Now that I have that, I have to attach some spotlights. So I'm going to go to Add Component, type the word Spotlight, and I'm going to rename this one to Left Spotlight. Now, what I have to do is get this spotlight and attach it to the socket to the pyramid. So the way you do that is you click, and then you click again, hold it, and bring it up. This should now allow you on the right side of the details panel to get that left socket. So now it's in that socket I created. What I want to do is rotate this light. So it's not that way. Go back. Rotate it 180 degrees. And now I have that. And I'm just going to play with the cone a little bit because I really want you to see that blue light. And I'm just going to kind of make this match a little bit. And I am going to set it out a little bit further. Okay, perfect. So now I have my left light. I'm going to need to add the right light. So add component again, spotlight. Name it right spotlight. Now, same thing. You're going to click and hold, and drag it to the pyramid. Go to your parent socket and click the right light. So this one's already in the position here. So we're good there. I'm going to kind of do the same thing with make the cone a little bit more to it. Stretch it out. So what I'm going to do on the right light here is I'm going to change the color. I'm just going to put it to a red. And the left light, I'm going to change the color. You know what? That's good. You pick whatever color you want for however you're using it. All right. So now we are set there. So we have both of the lights. Now it's time to go into the scripting. Don't worry about this because I have the blueprint here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, don't worry about this yet. We are going to recreate this. So what I am going to do is just come down here. I'm going to give myself space. So you want to go to your variables. You want to create a new variable. It's going to be a float. So make sure it goes to float. And I'm going to name this one strobe speed test. Name it whatever you want. Okay? So what you're going to need is the event tick. So I'm going to break this really quick. I'm just going to break it. Actually, I'm going to teach you what happens if you delete it. So I'm going to delete it by accident. Oops. Go into an empty grid. All you do is right click and do event tick. So when it's ticking, it's literally going to be ticking every second. Okay? Tick, 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 tick. So what we need to do is grab our variable that we just created, which was the strobe speed test. You want to drag it, and you want to set this. Okay? You want to connect these two here. And then from the set on the bottom, you want to do a float times a float. So all you do is just hit the multiplication sign, or you could type float times float. So this right here, I'm going to make a note. So highlight, then hit C on the keyboard. And I'm going to put here a note for myself, speed control. Because this is going to give us our speed of the light spinning. So I'm going to set this to about 180. All right, so we have that here now. So we got that, boom, boom, boom. Now we're going to need to make this thing rotate, okay? So from the top of the speed control, drag it out. You can just type the word ROT, R-O-T. And you are going to look for, where'd it go? Okay, hold on. Make rotate. Okay, make rotator is what you actually want. So type make rot. Automatically, it's going to attach it to the X. Not a problem. Drag it, put it to the Z, which is the yaw. Now, depending on what you're looking to do, if you put it on the Y, it's going to spin on the Y axis. If you put it on the X, it's only going to spin on the X. Being that we are creating a strobe light, that will be on the Z value, which is the yaw. Okay? So now that we have that, we need to get a reference to all of this here. So this is a very cool thing. So add relative rotation. Pretty much this can work on anything from spinning a helicopter blade to whatever. So I'm going to drag out from the return value of the make rotator, and I'm going to literally type the word add relative rotation, and then your spotlights that you named should pull right up. So I have the left, which I'm going to click. Okay, it's going to give me my reference to my left spotlight, which is right here. I'm going to drag off the return value again. I'm going to bring it over here a little bit, and I'm going to do add relative rotation for the right spotlight. You're going to just bring it over here, and you're going to connect these two here, and then you're going to connect it from your set on your variable that you created right to here. Okay? I am going to clean up this other one really quick, because it will give me an error, so just disregard that. And let's go back down here. And let's go over this. So event tick, we're setting our variable. We're dragging out from here. We're doing a float times a float, which is going to give us our speed control of the light spinning around its center axis. We're controlling that by making a rotator and aligning the speed to the Z yaw value. On the return, we're going to add the relative rotation for the left and the right light. Okay? So once we compile and save, see how Blueprint's working. It's right here in the game. So I've already dragged out my blueprint, and I'm going to play it really quick. Okay. Now, you can see that the light is actually spinning around. And you can see the bluish red spinning and all that other cool stuff. Now, let's say we're creating a police siren or something, and you want to add a sound to this. Okay. I would recommend to not do it in a blueprint because you can just make simply a sound cue. So let me just kind of go over that. So that's my police siren. So siren, I've made a sound cue. Okay. So if you don't know how to do anything with sound, it's real simple. There's a sound wave and a sound cue. Okay. So if you have a sound wave and you want to make a cue, all you would do is go on your sound wave file, right click, and you just hit create cue, and you will get your cue here. Just double tap it again. Oh, come on. And then now you're going to be in the details panel. So what you want to do is click on override the attenuation, okay, which is going to give you a little sphere, and the inner radius and the fall off is pretty much when the character can actually hear the siren when in a certain range, and then when it fades away when he is out of a certain range. What you want to do is, if you want to make the sound loop, just click on the sound, and there's a little loop button. Just toggle it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it out. I'm going to put it right on there. And you can see inside this sphere, I should hear that police siren, okay? And of course, if you wanted to control the volume so it's not so loud, you just go to your details panel and change it to 0.4, and that's it. So we're going to go play from here. We're going to see if we can hear that siren now. Okay. So we hear the siren. I'm going to run away. And once I get to a certain distance, booyah, nothing. Now if I start running back, now I'm in range. Oh my god, I can't get up there. Come on, get your ass up there. Okay. So, wow, there's too much static collision on here in this map. Okay, that's on another video. So, we have our strobe light, and now we have the sound, and we have set the attention around it. So, we're good with that. So now that teaches you how to create a strobe effect. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to, let's see here. No, I'm not going to do that one. Okay. I am going to teach you a little trick. Let me just see if this has some holes in it. Okay. So people want to always, or a lot of people ask me, how can you make, God rays or simulate God rays without making a major blueprint? So let me just go here. Okay. If you guys want to, I can actually go over how to make the God ray, but it is pretty in detail in a way. But we're going to compare that light shaft to one that we're going to make really quick. So I'm going to just delete the blueprint so we don't hear the siren really quick. Get out of there. Okay. And I'm going to see how this God ray looks. Yeah. Okay. as you can see, you can barely see that, depending on how I'm looking. Barely see it. The reason why I don't recommend for some people to do it, if you don't really have a high-powered rig, sometimes it tends to create some texture streaming overpools, which we can actually teach you how to fix that too, but I'm just going to throw out the precaution. I'm not responsible for your graphics card. So while you're playing, if you see that texture streaming overpool because of your lighting, see that? Okay. On the top left, it's streaming at 60 right now. Okay. While I am actually in the editor with my character, if you hit the little title key, which is directly under your escape key on the far left, so the top left, go one down, it looks like a little squiggly worm. If you hit that once, you're going to get this. Hit it again. Then you're going to get this. And I already have it set here. I believe it was, no, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Let me go here. No, that's not the thing. I'm trying to remember it. Crap. See what happens when you take a week off? You forget some things here. What the hell was it? You know what? That's why I always make notes. So let me just load up my Discord really quick, because I guess I am getting really old and I can't remember anything anymore. So let me just where the hell did I put it? Okay, come on. Who the hell's putting that stupid video in there? Okay. I don't know where the hell I put it. I'm losing my damn mind apparently. Okay, right there. Okay. Oh, I had it backwards a little bit. Okay, so r.streaming.pool size. Okay? And then you want to type a numerical value, which mine would be 0. And now my streaming pool size is 0. So if I hit the title key again, sorry about that, I go back to that area, I am no longer having a texture stream overpool issue because I have the light. So that is very important, by the way. So there you go. Okay, so we see that light. It looks good. It blends in. But how do we make a beginner version of that one here? So let's go get that out of here. God Ray. Goodbye. Sometimes you can accomplish the same effect by simply using a spotlight. So I'm going to drag a spotlight right about here. Okay. I'm going to rotate it. I am going to give it a little bit more of an attention radius, but I'm going to make sure that the cone is going to be tightly wrapped around here. And I'm going to see, okay, where's there a hole in this particular thing? Okay, you know what? I'm going to make it where it looks like the sun is over here. Okay, come on down. Come on down, buddy. So I'm kind of going to do it here, rotate it here. And then you want to kind of play with the intensity, maybe make it match. So make it match your screen. Okay. And we'll make it a little bit lighter so you can see it. Actually, no, let's make it where it's very visible for everybody to kind of see this. Okay. And I'm going to just kind of position this a little bit. Now, this is a very, honestly, it is a little bit of a hacky way to do it, but it is what it is. It's just to get you started. Okay.